We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
You know, I just wish I could press record before you answer. That way I
Oh.
could catch that brief like 3 seconds of when you say something that sometimes it's so unexpected. I'm just like,
That's funny, man.
yeah, but I guess it makes sense that they do it that way. They don't want, in case
Give
the
you a
other
chance to
one,
back out.
yeah, the other person,
Get caught off guard.
yeah, exactly. So it gives you that. I wonder if I put myself on mute though, if it'll
No,
still let you know.
I mean it's gonna take. Yeah, it's gonna let you know for sure.
Oh,
It's gotta
okay.
be some legality to that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because whenever I used to work for the hospital in HR, right, and people would call in, and then I'd answer, and then I'd hear that and be like, "Are you recording this conversation?" And they'd be like, "Oh, no, no, I'm
I
sorry,
can explain.
uh," and so they'd go into this whole spiel, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't." Sometimes I'd say I don't feel comfortable, but I was just curious, man.
But you guys are recording it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess there's like on their end, there's I don't know. I honestly don't mind whenever there's something like that. I get it, you know. But dude, so how have you been? What have you been up to? What have you watched?
Pretty good. I was in Alabama this weekend, so that meant that my grandfather screened a movie for me, as always. And this time he showed me what's called Lethal Weapon 4.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen the
Uh,
series?
I've seen Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, but
Okay.
those were years ago. And you know what? I've seen Lethal Weapon 4, but I can't remember it. Like I said, it was many years ago, so I'll just say I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so every time, he screened the whole series for me by now. And every time he put one on, I was like, would start out and I'd be like, okay, yeah, they're trying too hard. It's not going to be as good as the last one. But by the end of it, they just brute force their way into, you enjoying it. I mean, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are so good together.
Yeah.
They pepper in a little Joe Pesci. Got who is it? Rene Russo. This time they had Chris Rock and Jet Li thrown in there. I mean, it was fun,
Jesus.
man. It was fun.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch the whole series again. Uh, I mean, especially the first two. I mean, the first two are pretty great from what I remember.
I don't know. I think Donner may do all of them, dude. If I'm not, I know he did this one. I'm not sure. I know he did. I wonder if he did all of them straight up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd like to revisit the series though. Um,
Yeah.
so well, I have a few movies. I'll start with the one that I rewatched. We rewatched it. We split it into 2 days, yesterday and the day before.
Hmm.
But that movie is The Revenant. Uh,
Oh, dude. Yeah.
yeah,
From that
man.
in
So
theaters.
yeah, I saw that at RIP the Bijou where I used to work, and
Rest in peace.
I remember liking it a lot. Obviously, this movie is top notch in terms of filmmaking, right?
Hmm.
But dude, I don't know if it's because now I've been a stepfather, and now I'm about to become a father.
Hmm. Hmm.
But this movie hit like even harder than it did way back then in 2015.
Tell me
Uh,
why, dude.
I, well, I although I resonated with him, like when I watched it back then, right? I,
Hmm.
I felt something because it made me think of my dad, right?
Hmm.
but then watching it now, it made me like I was now taking on the role of the father. Do you know what I mean?
So, can you remind me, like, does his son get um, killed, or is he going to rest? Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
His son gets killed.
man, that's
He gets
that's awful.
left for dead. Um, and you know, also Tom Hardy. My God,
Unbelievable performance.
I forgot how freaking amazing Tom Hardy was, man. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know that Leo was pretty much begging him to take on the role, and he they made a bet. Uh, so they made a bet that if he got an Oscar nomination, uh, Tom Hardy would have to put a tattoo of Leo's choosing. But if he didn't get an Oscar nomination, Leo would have to put a tattoo of Tom Hardy choosing, right?
Okay. What
And
happened?
so obviously Tom Hardy got nominated, and Tom Hardy now has a tattoo that says Leo knows all.
Oh my goodness. That's insane, dude. I would never make a bet like that. That's like the Nard Dog, dude.
Oh, the Nard Dog?
Yeah. It's time to ink my stink.
Yeah. Dude, so yeah, this movie is just phenomenal. I loved it. It's a 2.5 hour long epic. It's dense. It's brutal. It's pretty damn great, man. I mean, I'm hesitant to give it a 5 star, but I'd probably bump it up to a 4.5 now.
I'm
It
glad you liked it on a rewatch, dude. I've honestly never been interested in watching it again, even though I basically liked it when it came out.
it's well, it's on Peacock, so they just added it to Peacock. So if you end up you know wanting to rewatch it, it did hit a lot harder for me this time around.
Mm, mm. Well, I want to talk a little Peanut specials again because I watched a couple of them. You know, we've got Apple TV, and you and I are big Peanuts fans.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm sure you know that they're producing new Peanut specials, into the 2020s. And I don't know if you've checked any of those out.
I haven't, dude.
Well, I turned on one, I was curious, and I didn't understand how they set up the old specials. They set them up under the TV shows section, and I didn't realize that. So I was wanting to go in order, but I was confused. So I put on, I was like, okay, I'll try one of these out. So I put on one that was called To Mom, parentheses, and Dad with Love. It was a Mother's Day special. And
Oh,
it's more like, it's not quite like the animation of, it's like a hybrid between the 2D and the computer, the CG. I don't know
yeah,
how to explain. The animation, it's really good. I mean, the animation is awesome. What they're doing with it, the
yeah,
way that they integrate like the fact of its comic strip origin, it's really well realized.
yeah.
um, and but there's something a little off about it, and what I think is off about it is that it resolves too neatly. It's got that children's show kind of tidy resolution. And
Yeah.
like the OGs, I mean, based on the strip, are aggressively upsetting. And I realized that when after I watched the Peppermint Patty one to Mom and Dad with Love. It was based on the fact that she didn't have a mom, so I guess in that way it was kind of brutal. But uh, I finally found the specials in release order under the TV shows section, and I turned on All Stars Peanuts, and it's a baseball themed episode, and it was rough, dude. Dude, they were dunking on Charlie Brown, man. It was just
Oh,
miserable, and I was like, that's it, dude. That's what it's all about, man. You gotta have that pain. That's what makes Charlie Brown special is that he keeps losing, um, and he keeps going. But
oh man. How
anyways,
many
I
specials do they have?
there's a bunch. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through before I take my month off and cancel Apple, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to get in as many as possible. When I watched that All Stars one, it was like a breath of fresh air. It's so good. Vince Guaraldi soundtrack. Charles Schultz is writing it. Ben Mendelsohn's directing it. It was straight off the heels of the Christmas special, and it had the same voice cast, and it's just so doggone good. So I'm looking forward to going through the rest of them as well. But
Yeah.
anyways, I won't try to like dominate the movie call podcast with them, but I always want to give them a little mention.
No, no, no. I enjoy your Peanuts talk, man. Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I did like it. I saw it in theaters with Lori, and I watched it again recently with Chloe, and I think it's good. It's not perfect, but I think it's again the animation. They messed up something like they had like Megan Trainor do the soundtrack. I was like, what are you thinking? Which
Yeah,
no real hate on her, but I was like, it's not Peanuts. It doesn't make sense. And
yeah,
also, you see the little red-haired girl, and I think he kind of like low key gets the girl in the end, which is totally bonkers. So it doesn't do everything right, but there's a lot of amazing sequences in it. The stuff with Snoopy, the Red Baron stuff is fun. Stuff at school is fun. So
yeah. I thought it was a sweet little film. I saw
I
that in
think they're
theaters
making
as
another
well.
feature. I think it's like where they go to New York City or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. If I hope they release it in theaters, so that'll be one that I definitely take. We'll go. We're huge Peanuts fans.
Yeah, I know. And look, I'm gonna watch anything they put out. They would have to like really jack stuff up for me to like just hate it. Like, because I just love the property so much.
Yeah. So, well, Mitch, I have two movies I'm going to talk about. I guess I'll just talk about one,
Yeah, let's get one
may,
in.
maybe two if we have the time. So, I'm a huge Emerald Fennell fan, right? I
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
I, I loved her film Promising Young Woman. Saw that in theaters. I saw Saltburn in theaters. Loved that one. Both of them ended up on my year-end list. And so I wasn't gonna watch Wuthering Heights mainly because I was like, you know what? It's not really getting a lot of good critical
There
reception.
was okay, listeners. There was no way Sam was not going to watch Wuthering Heights. I'm sorry, Sam.
No,
Not to call. There's no way you're not gonna watch that movie.
look, I promise I wasn't gonna go. But my
Okay,
my buddy my buddy John, he went out to see
John
it, right?
again.
And
John.
he went to go see it, right? And he was like, dude, that movie's not bad. It's like he actually quite liked it. So I went in, I watched it, man, and look, it's her weakest film to date, but the first 90 minutes of that movie are just great. Like
How long is it?
it's
Two
two
hours?
hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 2:15. And dude, I know you always say I complain about run times, but this is this is where I always feel like whenever you have a writer director that is kind of like Nolan has final say, or like Emerald Fennell has final say where the studio doesn't really intervene, right? Sometimes I feel like they need someone to kind of say, hey, listen,
Yeah.
we need to pull back a bit, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the perfect case of it because the first 90 minutes are great. And yeah, sorry. I had someone calling me. So the first 90 minutes are great, right? And then I was like, "Oh man, this movie's going to wrap up in about 15, 20 minutes." And I looked at the phone and I realized, "What the heck? This movie still has 45 minutes left?" Dude,
Oh man.
the 40 minutes that were after that 90 minutes just dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged. And then I will say though the final 5 minutes were
Pretty
quite
good.
beautiful. They were very beautiful.
Well, that
But
can make a big difference.
it it did. Look, I still think this movie is very good. I love the production design. I love the cinematography. I love the score. I love the costume design. And I'm not even like a costumes kind of person. That was like That was beautiful. I was just like, whoa, like
I'll
this
tell
is
you how I feel about Emerald. Uh,
okay. Tell me.
I watched Promising Young Woman, and I liked the filmmaking. Like a lot of people are critical of like her kind of music video over stylized stuff. I love that stuff. It really works on me. However, I didn't really care for the story. I thought it was a big joke that she won an Oscar for screenplay, and and so Saltburn I was interested in, but did not get to. And then this, I don't know. It's what they do with these kind of period dramas now. They just become kind of hypersexualized. I don't know if that's good for my spirit man or my brain. I get that I'm kind of a prude, but it did look cool. The music video was, I mean, excuse me, the trailer was cool. I like that Charlie XCX soundtrack actually. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, I listened to that. The
I
the
was listening to
soundtrack's
it
actually
too.
pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think it's tough because Hollywood, they couldn't find, good-looking people to cast in the movie, and that's sad.
Yeah, dude. Like, God, I was like Jacob Elordi. Come on, you could have found a better looking guy than this guy. You could have,
Yeah,
for God's sakes, you could have put Mitchell Caps in this movie. You know?
right? Okay, yeah. I mean, look, he and Margot, they've always had trouble getting roles because of their appearance, but so I'm glad they get a chance.
Yeah, I felt like, you know what? This is 2026, man. Like anything is
Yeah,
possible. That
let's
that
look
just tells
past
me,
the surface.
dude. I don't know if you heard the rumor, but they're thinking about casting Jacob Elordi as Bond, James Bond.
Oh, really? I could see that. That kind of makes some sense.
Yeah, but people were making fun of it because they're like, I just don't see him running because of how
Yeah,
tall he's, like 6'4", 6'5".
that's really funny.
Yeah,
But they cast Barry Keoghan instead.
dude, how amazing would that movie be?
Can you imagine?
Would you see that?
Well, look, I'm probably gonna see it because Villeneuve, no matter what, I think it's gonna be interesting. But no, yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time, basically.
Yeah, it was a good time, and it was funny because I went into a matinee, and then there was like three old ladies sitting in the back of the theater, and I went to go sit in the front, and I
Oh my
sat
goodness,
down
did
right
they
in the
pass
middle.
out?
No, like it was pretty fun watching it with them because the scenes that were the movie is quite funny as well.
Oh,
It,
good.
it it's pretty funny. It's not like a straight up like period drama where everything is just like serious and all that. It is serious, but the movie is very funny at times as well. Um,
D- Dude, Heathcliff, that's a cool name, dude. Maybe I should name my son Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
And by the way, everybody, go ahead and if you're still here, write in the comments what you think my son's name should be because we still don't have one yet, and we're coming up.
Dude, wait, do y'all have a name?
I just told you we did not. I'm asking listeners to submit names in the comments, which is just a cheap way to shore up traction on our video, to be honest.
I I've already told you my pick, dude. I think you should name him Samuel. But that's
Semi
between you,
Kablimi.
dude. Let me ask you this before I let you go. If I had told you, dude, we've decided in honor of you, we're gonna name him like Mitch or David, right? Because that's your middle name, right?
That's my first name now.
Oh, I always forget that that's your first name. Anyways, either of those, if I had told you, dude, we've decided we're gonna name him one of those names, would you have thought about naming your son Samuel?
Yeah, I would have thought about it. Now, listen. Now, you have more impetus to name your son Mitchell because he's going to be born on my birthday.
Oh,
There's almost no chance. His due date is the day before my birthday, folks. And but you know what I was thinking about is that song you did. I think it's called "Born," where your mom is on the track telling the story of how she got your name.
Yes. Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna link that in the description. Everybody go check out Sammy's song "Born." I love that one.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that one. Makes me want to re-listen to that. Well, yes, please go check out that track. Go over here. But, um, dude, well, I'll come up with ideas. I'm assuming you are wanting some biblical names, right?
No, no, dude. We've almost nothing on our short list is in the Bible, as far as I can tell.
Really? Well, what's on your short list?
I'm not telling you.
Well,
All
send it
right,
to me
dude.
separately.
Have a good day at work, man.
All right, man. I see.